Hey guys, it's Dani. So we've just seen another price increase from Louis Vuitton, a very big one. And by the way, Hermes is doing a price increase too. So it's not that I am not bothered by price increases. In this video, I thought I would share how I let these price increases positively influence my luxury experience and my luxury journey. First and foremost, I don't take price increases personally. Well, not yet, at least. I understand that luxury brands are businesses, and the goal of businesses is to make money. And I quote Chelsea from The Financial Diet: luxury brands operate under the assumption that their consumers have their basic needs met. So they can afford rent, they have food in the fridge, and they are ready for something bigger. Luxury brands aim to fulfill our higher needs like respect, achievement, and self-esteem. Businesses are businesses, and like it is said in the business world, if you're too kind, you're not going to make any money. Secondly, I think it is really important to work out what we want. And in order to do that, there are two big questions that I ask myself. The first one is, what would I really be gutted about if I missed out on it because I got outpriced? The second question I ask myself, the way I think about it if I'm trying to decide between like a few bags, I say, well, if I'm carrying this bag over here, and if somebody else walks past me carrying this bag over here, am I going to be feeling jealous? And that thought process really helps me work out what I want, and I work backwards from there. As an example, last year I decided that I wanted a mini pochette collection. I feel that they are really versatile pieces, and I feel that they'll hold their value and they'll be relevant for a very long time. At first I tried to get them through my essay, so I waited and waited and waited, and of course there was the October price increase. I don't know if you guys remember that, but it was a big deal to me because the mini pochettes at that time went up by 40% as well. And oh my goodness, sure, I felt gutted, but I let myself digest it. I got over it, and I decided that if I really wanted these mini pochettes, it's really now or never. On my channel, I've already showed you 3 mini pochettes. There are more. So at this stage, I'm able to say that I'm probably going to slow down my mini pochette buying. Will I ever buy another mini pochette at these prices? I'm not going to say never. I actually do really like these pieces, and I do like the limited edition designs that Louis Vuitton comes out with. And for every piece that comes out from Louis Vuitton, I will make a judgment as to whether I'm willing to pay the price or not. Because in the grand scheme of things, I would rather pay for a mini pochette that I really like compared to a handbag that I don't like. Of course, I'm not going to leave you hanging and not tell you what my ultimate luxury handbag is. And most of you may already know that I really want the Birkin 25. At the moment, I'm feeling relatively focused about it because there might be some travel happening this year. And this means that I can go and look at Hermes and some luxury consignment stores. For those of you who don't know, I live in Adelaide and we have no Hermes here. And our luxury consignment stores only carry really limited stock. So now that I know that, I can plan for it. Well, what about the other bags on my wish list, you may ask? So I guess from my point of view is, if I'm not satisfied with the ultimate bag on my wish list, what makes me think that I will be satisfied with the other bags that are lower down, right? My next mindful practice is to not go and buy something just because there's a price increase. It is a different story if there is something that I have on my wish list and I've been saving up to get and I'm almost there. For me, it is okay to dip into my emergency funds a little bit or to sell some stocks in order to fund the purchase, as long as I restock my funds really quickly, say in the next 1 or 2 months. But to actively go and browse the store to look for something that I could buy because there's a price increase, it feels really off to me. It's like going to buy something just because it's on sale. I would much rather take that funds that I've saved and put it towards my next purchase that I really like. And with these price increases, the other way I like to think about it is that these luxury brands are always on sale. So I should just go and buy these items when I feel like it. In terms of coping with price increases, now this one has already been mentioned by Tanya from Bits and Bags, and that is, it should trigger most of us to turn back and look into our own collections and appreciate all these beautiful bags that we've purchased on sale. So this is something that I've done recently myself, and it wasn't necessarily this price increase that triggered me to do this, but the multiple price increases over the years. There are these 2 bags that I strongly considered selling because I wasn't really using them. I did talk about these 2 bags on my video talking about the 5 bags that I would not buy again. And the reason I changed my mind about these bags is because if I sell 2 of these bags, I could potentially only fund 1 bag. The first bag is my Louis Vuitton Totally MM in the Damier Azur. So I purchased this bag a long time ago. I didn't use it that much. Firstly, because it's white. Although it's canvas, I was still worried that I would get it grotty. And also because of the vachetta. I was worried that I would get the vachetta really yucky, right? When my mom saw it, she was like, why did you buy this bag? It's white. And I was like, Mommy, I love it. Don't worry, I'll use it. I tell you, moms are always right. But now I feel that it doesn't make sense to try and sell it to purchase another bag. It is now like a cheap bag. I know it's not a cheap bag, but relatively it's a cheap bag. If I sold this bag, I wouldn't be able to get a bag of a similar quality. So I decided that I'm going to use it. Now, because the inside of the bag is also a light color and that bugged me, I bought some bag inserts to line the inside, and I'm really looking forward to that arriving so that I can now enjoy this bag again. The other bag that I considered selling but I'm now keeping is my Neo Noe in the Ipi leather. I've done an in-depth review on this bag talking about its pros and cons. It has a very small con that really bugs me. The strap only has two settings. You can carry it as a shoulder carry or crossbody carry. When I purchased this bag, the intention was for me to use it as a crossbody bag. However, the strap length at this setting is just way too long, and it really bugs me how the bag bumps against the top of my thigh when I'm walking. What this bag taught me is that the base of the bag has to sit above my thigh for me to be comfortable wearing it. And that way, I'm not going to be bumping into it every step of the way. So I finally allocated some time to go and grab the straps from all my different bags and to stick it on my Louis Vuitton Neo Noe BB to see which strap length would work. There were a couple of straps, so there was one red one from Tory Burch, which was pretty good, but I still preferred if it could be a tad shorter. And I remembered that I had this vachetta strap from my Leah Coach tote that I have never used. It was literally rolled up and sitting in the inside pocket of my tote. This strap at its shortest setting was still a tad long. I decided just to go ahead and punch some holes into it. And now I have this strap that is the perfect length for my Neo Noe BB. I know it looks a bit odd, but to be honest, it doesn't really bother me. For me, function always trumps aesthetics for a bag. And I'm super pleased that now I'm going to be getting so much use out of this bag that I've neglected for such a long time. Now, my other coping strategy in terms of if I have been outpriced to buy a bag. Instead of buying a cheaper alternative of the bag, I prefer to channel my energy towards an inexpensive life goal. And I'm talking about Chloe Ting. Look at her. I would love to have her body, right? So every time I feel like I need a different direction in my motivation, I go ahead and do Chloe Ting exercise videos. And I could look like that, free of charge. Right here, I'm going to link my video on things that I would mindfully not purchase. It's a luxury roast involving Gucci, Dior, Bottega, and LV.